Hello, my friends. Here we go, chickies. It's your first day out. Come on, babies. Everyone out. Come on. Out you go. Out you go. There we go. You're a bitch. Good morning, it's me and Slug. She's watching the sheep outside. We're just out feeding everything this morning. We're trying to get everything done early because it's going to be 36, I think, today, roughly. I don't know. I think I'm going to just keep answering random questions. I feel like that's good content to fill my videos. My videos don't perform as well in summer because I assume there's no action-packed shit that I can put up as shorts. So we'll answer questions, we'll vibe with Slug in the car. These young ladies have been fed and we're moving on to the next paddock. The rest of them are ewes. Oh, you ladies, you're coming back to your paddock. Or are you going to stay in there? You're going to stay put? Righto. First question is, can a sheepdog get pet insurance? No. I've tried. It would probably be a very worthwhile investment to insure Typo. However, the insurance companies also know this and won't insure a work dog because, you know, accidents happen on farms. Typo's had ultrasounds and MRI, surgery to get a grass seed out of her neck. That's in the last 2 years. So, you know, there's a reason that work dogs are excluded from pet insurance policies. But work dogs can be covered under your farm's policy. So no, Typo's not covered under insurance because, you know, I want to be able to insure her to get the funds to be able to treat her because she's not much help when she's dead. So instead I take the money I would spend on insurance and I take YouTube money and I've got a nice little savings account for the Slug. Obviously your farm dog policy is so, you know, your dog dies, you get another one, but you know, ideally I wouldn't want the dog to die. You get me? I know it's a hard concept to imagine, but fuck. There's a gap in the market, and the gap's in the market because there's an intended gap in the market. No one wants to fill it, which I don't blame them. They're all fed and happy. Moving on. Next question is that, can we climb this hill? Yeah, we're climbing. Do I prefer a male or female sheepdog? Female. Males piss on everything. Males have the urge to like own everything, so they piss on everything. You can just see the difference between, you know, dad's male dogs, other male dogs around the farm. You know, they'll run out and as soon as you turn up, your car's getting pissed on, your tyres are getting pissed on. Whereas female dogs have a bit more dignity. Not much, but a little bit. So, yeah. There's a pretty nice view up here today. It's a shame you don't get to see it. Don't do this shit. Don't do this shit. Don't do this shit. Thank you. Oh, don't you love it? I need to go shut the gate because I just kind of drive through and start feeding. There we go. Had just the perfect amount for them. I had to upgrade my electric fence for my sheep this weekend because there's one ewe in particular who 4 volts seems to do nothing for. So we've juiced it up and we've got a cattle one now. And that, babe, I'm in a, oh, it's Slug, get your fat ass off the seat. I can't have them doing Primeline shit. I just can't. They need to stay where they're put. Most of them are really good. It's just this one. Like, if she doesn't cooperate, she's gonna get culled. The ewes do it, and then they teach the lambs to do it. And after the lambs learn to do it, then they teach their lambs to do it, and you got a little plague of it. The fucking tourists. which absolutely fucking don't. Because when they go through the fences, as we know, then you need to do more maintenance on the fences because they're wrecking the fence. Got these ones here, and then we've got some in the lucerne over here. Typo, out here. Come on! Oh, there's saggy tits leading the way. Very good. Those rams are actually where we put them. We bought 12 of them, and there's 3 still where they're supposed to be. Or maybe there's only 2 now. Fuck's sake. As you can see, they get out quite frequently, and they've had a good munch on that lucerne bale there. More sheep, just making sure the bins are shut. They are beautiful. I thought I'd show you with a tractor because that's what we're using to run the feed system. It's the JCB 8250 Fast Track. A lot of you are interested in the equipment we use, so I'll show you how we run it. It's a very long way up, and it's very similar to driving a truck. So, in a normal tractor, your keys are down here. This one's is over here. Can be a bit touchy in the morning. Come on, let's go. There we go. Because this tractor goes 65k to 70 down the road, it's got air brakes like a truck. However, we don't need the air brakes. We're just filling up. So we need to turn on 530. It'll come up on your dash. Turn on your PTO. There we go, we're running. Just jumping in to talk about what is a PTO, because so many of you have asked. I didn't think you guys would care. So what a PTO is called, it's a power takeoff. So pretty much it takes the power from the tractor and it goes through a shaft that spins, and then that power then goes into a trailer. So whether that's the mower, the feed mixer, what else uses it? The augers, the field bins. But basically, it just transfers power from the tractor to something else. And here are your hydraulics. So green opens that little thing there, push down. Don't want to open it too much because what it can do is go into something called float. And it'll open all the way up and you'll end up with a huge mess and we'll need a shovel. Trust me, you don't want a shovel. I'm getting deja vu. Anyway, we're washing the vehicles. This one went to a fire yesterday, so it looks pretty clean, but when you look closely, like you can see soot and shit. I spared you having to watch. I washed Dad's ute over there, the patrol, the other ranger, and the Rav, which I've put away. You guys always ask, Tara, do you ever see any wildlife? Yes. Yes, I do. No, some nice little Australian wildlife for you. It's actually one of only 2 mammals in the world that lay eggs. And the other one is a platypus. They're pretty cool. Baby echidnas are called puggles. And they look like this. So yeah, there's an echidna. Hello, our next job is we need to clean up the wool shed because we're shearing at the end of the week. I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you what our wool shed looks like because there's nothing in here. And it's much easier to move around and not disturb anything when there's nothing in here. So this here is called the stage. Basically, the idea is that shearer finishes shearing sheep, Rouse grabs the wool from here, flows it onto the skirting table. This is a skirting table. What this is you throw the fleece on the skirting table. You can stand still, turn it around, work your way around the fleece, pulling your mats, your dags, all that sort of shit off. And then you wrap up your fleece and put it into its respective locations based on how it's classed. These are just dags. Apparently they don't have these in other countries, but this is a wool press. This is a really fucking old one. This is a newer one. This is a wool press. Basically, you put your fleeces in there and you squash them. As you can see, this one's not heavy enough at 112 kilo. This squashes them down. You put your little clips on, your bale clips here, and then you pull them out and you put them over here. These are all our bales. Minimum bale weight is 180 kilo here. So all these bales is 180 at least kilo of wool. And then, bale number and classes stamp. That you do that when you go through and brand them all, which none of these have been branded. And we brand them using these stencils. Just go along. You've got one here. LKS, that's locked. LMS, there's your lamb stamp. And your ink is here. We've also got a little cap thing. This works heaps better. And then you just go along and put that on. That's the front of house. Then we've got the stage, we've got a plant, and your shears would go on the end of it. We've got a 4-stand system, so lamb gets dragged out of here, shorn here, and then goes through here. Some wool sheds in Australia will have a thing where the lamb drops under the shed, and there's yards under the shed and it goes away. Is probably a better system. However, we have it like this in case we need to rehandle them. Say like they come through here and they need to be drenched. Before your doors, you've got your catching pen. Each set of doors has a catching pen. Then you've got, your holding sort of pen, which there's 3 of these. This one goes to both of these 2 middle ones. And the sheep go in here. There's your catching pens. Obviously, we've got scales and shit in there, but that tucks to the side and everything. Then we have our yard and race. So we've got this here. This comes from the outside. They run through here down into our drafting race. This is our drafting race. It's a 3-way drafting race. So they can go this way, that way, or this way. This one comes over too. And to draft 3 ways, you just shut this gate. And we have 2 pens outside for overflow off of the going front. And then we've got 6 holding pens out the back here. So this is our drenching race, handling race. You put them all in here, squish them up, and, drench, vaccinate, do whatever you need to do. And we've got 6 pens here for holding. I don't think I've ever really shown the size. I don't know how fucking big they are. Yeah, it's about 4 metres-ish by 6 metres. Then out here, we've got the holding, the outdoor yards. We've got 3 bays on this side, way in on this side. We've got a gate on this side, and we've got a gate on the other side. And up there is the old wool shed, and that's the crutching cradle. But yeah, that's our shed. Cool shed. We need to clean it up a little bit. I'll flick everything off of here. Fucking every shearer and their mum leaves shit behind. So we'll clean all that up, throw it all out. That'll need to go into a wool pack and out. And yeah, that's going to be my afternoon. I think I'll just shut this little time capsule and we just won't touch that one. I'll show you now it's cleaned up. Here it is. There's all the junk. Actually, there is extra. There's all the junk out of the other fucking room. So here it is. Look how clean the floor is. You couldn't eat off it, but it's clean. Here's the shearer's room, clean enough. Oh, I'll pick that up. Nice and clean, beautiful. All right. I thought I would answer a couple of questions about the wool pallets because there's been a lot of questions about them. So I'll show you up close. This is what they are. These are 100% wool. There's no dags or anything involved. This is just wool. And the way it's formed into a pallet is because of the lanolin. And what the lanolin does is give it enough grease, oil sort of texture to form into pellets like that. And after they get wet, you'll see that they become wool over time. Here's, as you can see, the ingredients: 100% raw Australian wool. And this one's from Missy. If you make a ring around your plants and water thoroughly, it does help with snails and slugs. Not slugs. Cool. And what it is a slow release fertilizer. So you put it on and it'll slowly release nitrogen into the soil as they break down. Future Tara editing this. There are still a couple of wool pallets and mugs left if you would like to get them. After this week, I will be taking all the stuff down. because I don't want to cut it too close to when we're leaving. So yeah, go buy my shit. If you already have, thank you. I appreciate you. Especially those of you who have bought the wool. That directly helps, you know, the sheep. So thank you. Go buy my shit. We're just setting up the feeder for the fat lambs. So I thought I'd answer some questions while I do it. Question 1, what's Slug's beauty routine? She gets up in the morning and then she's ready for the day. She's offended you asked. How many sheep do we lose per year on average? Generally a farm will lose about 1 to 5% of your sheep every year, depending obviously on how big your mobs are. Does your sheep count taras to fall asleep? Good question. I'll have to ask them. Are you dreaming of me? Hello, Scroat. What's the best part of my job? Being able to feed people. Beautiful. She's all ready to go. Hello, saggy tits. Sags, you need to move. Go somewhere else. Move. Go away. I need to put this here. You can sit over there. It's not here. She's like, I fucking will. I absolutely fucking will. Just chuck the forks on. We're going to put the feeder out now. It's just going up the back here to the lambs. Test her out. Oh, Slug's here. Hi, Slug. Beautiful. Picked out a nice, perfect spot for you. Alright, reversing. Can you film that? It's already on, just pointed at the... Dad's just putting in the last one now. I was too slow. But it's 1.1 tonne after this bucket goes in. Go back, go back, go back. Oh, I didn't spill too much. There we go. That has saved me a job. Oh, you're coming back in now, are we? Yes, just walk straight on past the car. Yes. Did you enjoy your day out, Saggy? That is not the size of a 5-cent piece. That is huge.
Oh, it's just a fucking huntsman.
It's bigger than my fucking AirPods.
It's a huntsman.
I don't care. I don't squish it on the book.